welcome back to Easy Simple Fun. I am making a baked pasta, kind of like a ziti, but I'm not using ziti noodles. I'm using rigatoni noodles. I use this whole box, it's a pound. I went ahead and got these to start boiling. I put a little bit of salt in the water and I'm gonna boil those. Over here I have the sauce warming up. You don't have to warm it up because it's going to get warmed once it's put in the oven, but I like to add a little bit of sugar to my tomato sauce, which is what I have here. So, and when I add sugar, I like to warm it up. This is the one that I'm using, Prego roasted garlic parmesan, and I also have this one if I need more, but we'll see. Okay, so while the pasta is still boiling, I'm going to take ricotta cheese. I've never used ricotta cheese before. I've always wanted to try it, so I don't know how much I need. That's how much I'm going to use. I've seen people put an egg in it before. I don't know why, but I'm going to. And should I season this cheese or should I not? Why not? So I'm going to with some garlic powder. That's the oven preheating for the pasta. I have the oven preheated to 375. Onion powder. Cheese is already salty, so I'm assuming it doesn't need any salt. Basil. I just chose random seasonings. Parsley, because parsley is pretty. And I'm going to use a little black pepper. If it's not McCormick's, it ain't right. No, it's not sponsored, but black pepper, McCormick. And we're just going to give this a mix and see if I need to put more, because I don't know the consistency that I'm looking for. I guess I'll know it when I see it. And I feel like it's too loose, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. Excuse me. Oh, that's the timer for the noodles. The noodles have been cooking for 13 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and drain those. So this is the consistency after adding more ricotta. I used about, let's see, about half of this, and this is 15 ounces. So half of 15 is what, like 7.5? Ooh, that's quick math, y'all. That's quick math. So I'm going to start mixing everything. Let me be right back. So these are the other cheeses that I'm going to be using. This is Kraft Philadelphia triple cheddar creamy melt. It has Vermont white cheddar, sharp cheddar, mild cheddar with a little bit of cream cheese, mozzarella, parmesan, and this is just another mozzarella if I needed it, plus the ricotta. And I didn't want any sharp outside of this, so I'm gonna mix it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing everything. I'm going to add this sauce to the pasta. It's hot because I heated it up to add the sugar in it. And I'm going to add the ricotta. I'm going to just start out with half of this because, oh, I forgot I want to add heavy cream also. Let me grab that real quick. Okay, I'm going to add some of this first. Start out with just a little bit because I'm adding so many cheeses. And then I'll do the mozzarella. Sprinkle that. I love Sargento cheese. And these were 2 for $5 today at Food Lion. And a little parmesan. That's funny. Okay, so I added about half of each bag, and each bag is, oh wait, this one, the Parmesan is 6 ounces, but the Sargento is 8 ounces. So do the math on that. I'm gonna mix to see how much more stuff I need to add in here, because we want a nice creamy pasta. And I'm doing chicken also. I was gonna add the chicken in here, but I'm just gonna put it on the side. Yeah, this can definitely stand some more cheese. You wanna mix it all up. You see these little holes right there? Those holes right there. You wanna get all the sauce mixed in there. So, more cheese. Just go ahead and dump that whole Parmesan in there. So that was a full 8 ounces of mozzarella. Triple cheddar. Dump that. And just for a little creaminess, I don't know if this is gonna do anything, but I'm gonna add a little bit of heavy cream. Just because I want to. I don't know what that's gonna do. Oh, and I forgot I want to add some Italian seasoning to this. Just take the top off. We gotta make this, like, just get it all in there. Get all the flavors in there. I'm gonna add a little more basil. And I think that's it, because I'm also going to season my chicken with those same seasonings, so the flavors will be incorporated even more once I put the chicken in there, because everyone that's going to be eating this doesn't like all of this cheese and stuff, so at least they can have their chicken with something else instead of it being inside of this dish. Does that look cheesy enough for ziti? I'm gonna add the rest of this ricotta mixture also, because I don't want to waste it. No waste around here. I mixed it, so I might as well use it. And then after this, I think I'll stop. All right, once that's all combined, just go ahead and dump it. I'm using an aluminum pan because, like I said before, who wants to wash dishes? Not me. So if I can eliminate dishes, that's what I'm gonna do. And then cheese is gonna stick to the pan, and I just don't wanna deal with all that. So get it in here, spread it around, and we want it to look cute on top, right? Right. So we're going to add more cheese. If you're lactose intolerant, which most of us probably are, more power to you after you eat this. But we're going to add more cheese on top so it can be cute. That was the rest of the triple cheddar. I already used all of the mozzarella. I'm gonna sprinkle with clean hands. More mozzarella. I love white cheeses over yellow cheeses, so use whatever cheese you want. It probably doesn't really matter. And then I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of Parmesan on here, because I don't want the Parmesan to feel left out, like we don't love it as much as we love the other ones. But that, and then my fave, parsley. And then you're going to cover this and stick it in the oven. And I have the oven preheated to 375. Okay, I have the chicken tenders here cleaned. I'm using tenders, but you can use breast, ground turkey, ground beef, shrimp, whatever you want. This right here is Goya adobo seasoning. It's in a baggie because I ran out and I took some from my parents. So I'm gonna sprinkle this on off camera. Okay, now I have the Goya adobo sprinkled on. I'm getting ready to do the onion powder. The Goya adobo is not too salty, so you can be generous with that. And I'm gonna season these on both sides. I'm just gonna do one side on camera. Next, I'm going to do garlic powder. Sprinkle that up there, add a little, like, garlic goes in every meal, does it not? Garlic is just like a staple these days. A little bit of basil because I already put some in the pasta. I call it ziti even though it's rigatoni. It's baked ziti for these purposes. And I don't think I'm gonna use it in Italian. I'm gonna do it on both sides and be back. So I'm gonna cook the chicken tenders in the air fryer. I'm going to roast instead of air fry and put the time on, let's see. Let's start with 3 minutes because I think it takes about 6 to 8 minutes, and I'm gonna do 3 minutes on each side. So I want it to stop at 3 minutes so that I can flip it. And then we're gonna put these in here. I'm right-handed and I'm recording with my left hand. So we're gonna put these in here. Okay, I have the tenders in here. All that I'm gonna put in this batch. And I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of olive oil over it on the tenders. Get the olive oil on there. A little bit, make sure each piece is covered. If you have a sprayer, an oil sprayer, that would be much easier. I probably should have done this before putting it in there, but it's all good. Put it in here and start. Okay, it's been 3 minutes. This is how it's looking. We are going to flip it over. Of course, it's not done yet, but you don't want it to overcook. I flipped it over, add a little more olive oil to this side. Put it back in for another 3 minutes. And we'll see where we are at that time. I just uncovered the pasta and that looks so good. I'm going to put it back in for a few minutes just so it can kind of get that brown, bubbly look to it. Okay, this is the second time. Let's see if they're done. Ooh, pretty. All right, let's see if they are done. I'm gonna break one open on the inside for y'all. Give me a second. It's been 6 minutes on roast. You see that? I would do like 1 more minute. So I'm gonna do 2 more minutes. So I just took these out. I cooked them for another 1.5 minutes. They are now done and tender. I should have put paprika on them so they can get some nice brown color to it, but they taste good. The ziti is done. I don't know if I should cut into it right out the oven. It baked for about 45 minutes. Let's see.